Mr. Eggplant presents.
Hey guys, Tyler here, and thank you for checking out this video. And this is the start of week 3 of my Marksman Hunter journey and progression here in the second season of The War Within. I'm actually about to open up this vault that I earned in week 2. I'm actually in the middle of raid right now, so we just took a break, and I'm going to finally see what I get out of my vault. So I have basically hero track all the way across the board except for one in raid, and that's it, actually. Everything else should be hero track or better. I have one mythic track slot, praying for anything useful. I will take anything that's useful. Last week I got a trinket. It was one of my D tier trinkets, so maybe not the best. But I'm at 648 now, and there's a ton of really good upgrades on the board still for me, including getting my at least 2 set here in just a second, because I do have a helm here that is a hero track, happens to have a socket as well that I will turn into tier, but I wanted to wait till I get a catalyst charge this week. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and let's go ahead and open this vault and see what we get. Make sure I'm set to the right loot specialization, marksman as always. And here we go. As customary, I will be blocking the screen here. You guys will see what I get, but I'm going to have to wait just a bit. Let's go ahead and look at delves first. Delves are pretty easy. So we got a trinket, and actually got some tier. So we got the tier pants, which is currently my pick right now. That is arguably the best piece since it is heavy crit. But I'm hoping for something in that myth track. So here we go. Up first, we have Gear Grinder spare keys off of the first boss. Not an amazing trinket for us, and it is normal anyway. So let's check Heroic. Heroic, we have the Heavy Haste neck piece that drops off of Rick Reverb. Again, not the best. And a Hero Junk Maestro's Mega Magnet. It's got Avoidance, which is cool, but it's off sticks. Bunk Junker. Not really what I'm looking for. So, arm's getting tired. All right, let's see what we get. With avoidance too. So we have an improvised C4ium pacemaker, a very, very strong trinket. It gives you crit when you need it most. Every minute or so. Yeah, every 60 seconds. So that's a really good trinket with avoidance. So this, if I can guarantee a 4 set, this is probably going to be my pick outside of the vault. Next up, we have the portable power generator, which is a belt. Nothing fancy. It is an upgrade for me, but it's not what I'm going to be picking, hopefully. And this last item is a Tireless Collector's Gauntlets, which means we officially have 2 set. This is going to be my pick here. So, sorry improvised C4ium pacemaker, sorry pants, I will have to get you on the next go-through. But I'm going to go ahead back to raid with my new shiny 2 set. I have at least the shoulders, which is something I want to drop. But I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and let's go ahead and throw it over to future me and see how the week went. And just like that, it's Monday and the end of week 3. So, how did we do? Overall, this was an amazing week. I knocked a bunch of stuff off of my list for the season already. So we'll start off with raid. So my guild is currently 5 of 8 heroic. We had progress on One-Armed Bandit, but I was not there for it. So I think that we'll get One-Armed Bandit down this coming week. And then, particularly with these nice Dark Ranger single target buffs. And then we'll probably be working on Mugsy. And I should be live tomorrow. I know I keep saying that, but I should actually be live. So I'll be excited to share some raid content with you guys. And then taking a look at Mythic Plus real fast here. So Mythic Plus, we're officially at 2425 now. So we have 4, I think, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Hey, okay, so we have 5 of our 8 portals done. So we have 5 at 10 or higher. This Cinder Brew Meadery is an untimed 10, and we haven't even tried a Mother Load or a Floodgate above an 8, or excuse me, above a 7. So this next week our goal is honestly to get all 3 of the remainders to a 10, so we can get over 2,500. That would be Keystone Hero. I think that's still a thing. I think Keystone Legend is after that. I still think they kept Keystone Hero. Either way, my goal is to get to 2,500 or higher next week, and then we'll start our push. To push, though, we do need some more gear. So I know I'm jumping ahead here, but this is what my vault is going to look like. We have 2 heroic pieces here on top. We have 2 myth track items, so I wasn't able to do quantity, but I was able to do quality. So here's praying one of these is a Priory trinket, or something of value, whether that be a tier piece that I can turn into a mythic tier piece, a cloak if it's an appropriate cloak. Otherwise, we're probably going to be using a crafted cloak. But we'll just have to see what we get. There's a bunch of great options here. And then down here on the bottom is tier 11 delves across the board, so it's going to be hero track as well. I did a ton of delves this week. And then, speaking of those delves, looking at my brand really fast, I actually got my brand to level 80, so he is completely done already. So I do have a ton more delve content coming out in the next couple of days, including some Dark Ranger delves after this buff we're seeing tomorrow as of me recording this, where we're going to see some significant AoE buffs to Dark Ranger, and then just AoE buffs for Marksman Hunter in general, and then Dark Ranger single target buffs as well. So it's looking like Dark Ranger is going to be the play for single target in Raid. I will be trying that, and I'll be trying the AoE on some fights as well, and report back to you guys and see how it goes. So I hope you guys will check out my live stream tomorrow, and the one on Wednesday as well. At PvP, I've started to slowly fill that conquest bar. I have a ton of work to do. I should have been able to unlock my weapon this week, but that just didn't happen, but I'm getting back to it. So I've got my full honor set, I've got a couple of crafted pieces to make, and then we'll get into PvP and see if we can absolutely annihilate some people, because Dark Ranger is doing some amazing things in PvP right now. And then looking at my gear. So I am a 655 Marksman Hunter now. Last week I did pick up the Jaster Diamond. This week I opted to pick those Myth Track gloves. So we've had some really good options out of our vault so far. Here's hoping that if I could even get that neck from Dark Cleft as a myth track that's heavy crit over versatility. Who cares what the secondary stat is at that point? I'm still rocking a 636. I just replaced tonight my chest piece, so it's now up to a 655 from the previous season 1 tier piece. I had already crafted that POW ×2 gun, so if I got a gun in there, I'd be fine with that too. Like, oh no, a weapon, that would be terrible to get. Otherwise, I'll use the dinar that we'll get in 11.15 to buy Muggsy's weapon on Myth Track, since that would be our BIS at that point. I'm really just hoping I can get a Signet of the Priory or a House of Cards from Heroic, preferably. House of Cards is so strong, and my ultimate build that I want is going to be House of Cards and a Signet of the Priory, where I would have House of Cards connected to my True Shot. But this next week, we didn't get, or actually we did. We got another charge from the Catalyst, so we should not get one this next week. We'll get one the week after, but we should get a full spark this next coming week, so tomorrow. So what I'm going to do is either craft my boots up to 675 or my cloak. It just depends on what I get from my vault. I'm leaning towards the cloak because then I just don't have to worry about it. There's the only cloak that would be a better value would be the random rare one off of Locken Stalker or whatever, super long name, but it's not had the right stats, or Chewy's cloak from Meadery. That one's really good. It's a crit over mastery cloak. So if that's in there at Myth Track, maybe I'll take that, and then I'll move it maybe to my belt, for example, since my belt's only a 5 of 8 champion piece. But you're going to see some power creep come up. We already got the 3% bonus to our damage in the Renown track in Raid, so we have that to look forward to. I don't think we have another one for another 2 or 3 weeks or so. So we have that 3% bonus damage and healing. I did get the 4 set, so now I'm really focusing on upgrading these. There's still a ton of upgrades to get. I got really lucky with that miniature roulette wheel that's a heavy crit ring. And so in multiplayer content, I'm not using my circlet. In fact, it's sitting here in my bags. So I have opted to use the Jaster Diamond because this thing is absolutely nutso in anything other than single player. Otherwise, I will use the Circe Circlet in single player still, but I think that will change for sure once I get a mythic ring that's a heavy crit ring. In fact, I have this hero track ring right now, It's crit over mastery. I was waiting to get just a little more crit in my build, otherwise known as getting the neck piece from the dark... What's it called? Dark Flame Clef. There we go. We got the achievement. And then I will make that switch, and then I'll probably use this ring over the miniature roulette wheel, since I'll be able to deal with losing some crit. But how did you guys do this week? Please leave me a comment down below. Are you guys looking forward to the Marksman Hunter buffs, specifically the Dark Ranger buffs? I don't know that Dark Ranger will be the play in Mythic Plus. It does seem, at least sim-wise, that was shared over in my Discord, that's not going to be up to par for AoE, but I will play it for visibility. You guys know me. I'll just continue to play things, make videos, talk about it, because the last thing we want to do is, even if it's not doing well at all, to stop talking about it, because if you don't talk about it, it's not going to get ever changed. So I'm looking forward to getting something really great out of my vault. And then before I go, my new title. So I did get the real deal, because I was able to take out the underpin on question mark difficulty. Craziness. Seriously craziness. It's a fun and hectic and buggy fight, might I add. But I was able to do it, and also Glitch was too. So shout out to Glitch. He was putting in the work on his boomkin, and single target is not boomkin's like bread and butter, and he made it work, and he did an amazing job. So again, shout out to my buddy Glitch. He's absolutely killing it on his boomkin so far this season, since AUG got completely gutted. So that was one of my big check-offs for this season. So now I need to do AOTC. I need to get Keystone Hero / Keystone Legend, and then get to 3,000, which is my goal. Get the 3 other portals I need, which we're on our way there. We got, honestly, 5 of 8 of them this week. And then I need to focus on getting to at least 1,800 or higher in PvP. That's my final goals for this season. We've already made tremendous amounts of progress, and I don't even have full gear yet. So I can't wait to see what is in store for us tomorrow and in the future. So thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Be sure and follow me over at Twitch at twitch.tv/Mr. Eggplant. Best of luck in your vault, and I'll see you next time.